So let me start with the Clippers. What's your biggest question about the Clippers so far?
None. Zero. No questions.
Wow.
If they're healthy, they're a great team. I love what they've built there. Back with the Chris Paul trade, everybody said, they lost the trade. And now you might say they did as well as Houston did because Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams gives them such a Patrick Beverly. They have so many components that surround Kawhi Leonard. And when Paul George gets back, I think they're a great team. I have no questions about them.
Do you have any concerns about load management? If you were Doc Rivers, do you care how many games Paul George and Kawhi Leonard play if they are healthy?
Yeah, I think you have concerns because you know that home court advantage, despite what everybody tells you, is important. You want to have it as in many rounds as you can. The more they sit, obviously, the harder it is. Last year, Toronto was an anomaly. They actually played at a higher winning percentage without Kawhi Leonard in the regular season than with him. But Doc Rivers knows, that you lose your best players for periods of time. You don't win as much. So, yeah, I think he's probably concerned. But I think they went into this with their eyes wide open. I don't think the Clippers right now are dictating when Kawhi Leonard sits. I think, they knew this is what he wants to do. This is how he wants to approach his career. And like any other team, they accepted that. He was going to play less, but they were going to get a great, great player. And I think, Leonard, he's certainly been great. And I may not like it myself. I think it's bad for the business of basketball. I think we take our consumers far too much for granted. But really, when you think about load management, Dan, there's very few people who are practicing it. It's more the star players. Mm-hmm. And then also, the unfortunate part is, everybody tells you sports science is preventing injuries. All I see is more and more guys being hurt now. And I wish I knew why all these injuries were taking place when we're practicing less, when we're having less contact in practice, fewer practices. Or I wonder if it's because they're not as conditioned or not as used to the contact to be able to withstand it. I wish I knew why every year we seem to have more and more injuries versus less and less with all these scientists at the forefront of injury prevention.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.